the modern financial services industry has built a multi-trillion-dollar empire on the premise of individuals willingly outsourcing management of their wealth and investments. From this cynical perspective, an educated, financially literate populace represents an existential threat to legacy business models. Critics argue financial titans like BlackRock have a vested interest in keeping the public undereducated about methods of managing their own money to ensure continued reliance on professional services. We will now bring you clips from the interview. Pal provides his latest insights as we show you these clips. I have a small request to ask. Would you mind taking a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel? Make sure to stay through the end of the video. Pal explains how lack of personal finance and investment education leaves most people ill-equipped for economic self-determination. Hope you enjoy the video.
Why don't we teach personal finance and investing at schools? Because there's probably a lobby group that certainly doesn't want that to happen. What they want you to do is put it in their products and they will manage it. And Uncle Larry Fink or whoever it is will manage it for you. People do want to learn, and you have to treat people as intelligent. But also, I love that kind of the mid-curve meme, because it also gives you an ability to know that finance doesn't have to be overthought. You don't have to be the genius in the middle that wows everybody with intellect. It's like, buy and hold is actually pretty good. It works pretty well. Now, if you understand why it works, okay, that's a superpower. You get to the other side of the curve eventually. But in the end, number go up in crypto is as powerful a meme as I've ever heard. You don't actually need to understand why. There's a bunch of really smart people that really spend their entire lives thinking about that. If you can see that, then you can. It's okay to not be the most knowledgeable person, but they've told you have to be the most knowledgeable to participate. That's right. Right now, to manage risk and stuff like that, you need to learn. But just to run basic investments, you don't need to learn a lot. You just need to listen. I start seeing WorldCoin, and everyone's laughing at this orb, and how it. And how, the thing was that, well, it takes a retina scan and they keep your documents and this is the evil power. So, I observe that, but I'm like, it's interesting though, because they are trying to solve digital ID. And then I had started to think a lot about digital ID. I went on a lot of podcasts, talked to a lot of people. I'm like, this needs to get solved urgent. And I'm looking around as the crypto AI and people saying, well, look at this, look at this. I had not even thought about WorldCoin properly. There's an event in Cayman and the WorldCoin Foundation's here. So, hey, Raoul, do you want to come along to our panel and, we're going to have a chat? And so I asked them the question, so why the stupid fucking launch with the orb? Well, why did you do that? It says, first, nobody will forget. But secondly, we just got it wrong. I said, what is the actual story of what you're trying to do? And they were like, well, basically, Sam Altman said, well, I'm going to build AGI and we need to know who the hell is human online. Or we're going to break society. I'm like, well, that is the most powerful story I've ever heard. Why didn't you leave with that? Anyway, I left the meeting and I'm like, well, I'm still not sure. Are they going to screw it up? Are they scaling it in the right way? Blah, 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 blah. And it was trading like at $1.50, and then it was up $8.50. And I'm like, I just mid-curved it. It was so obvious. I just totally mid-curved it. I missed it.
WorldCoin represents an ambitious effort to establish a global digital identity system with the goal of proving individual personhood through biometric identification to enable safe human interaction as artificial intelligence systems become increasingly sophisticated and intertwined with everyday life. But the project itself ignited a fiery controversy when its launch strategy involved disbursing free cryptocurrency, WorldCoin tokens, in exchange for an iris scan by their signature spherical hardware devices dubbed orbs.
I think it's the single most powerful thing. It's the best education for anybody is, the people who have a strong opinion about other people are generally those who haven't traveled. The more you travel, the more accepting you are, the more understanding you are, the broader minded you become, the more ability to see the bigger picture, to see opportunities, the more flexible you are. As long as you don't do it to keep running away, and there's a lot of people who do that, just keep traveling. But really, go and see the magnificence and the ugliness of the world, and it will completely change your value proposition as a human to society. You just become a better human. It's as simple as that. So yes, it's really helped me, and I think it will continue to help everybody because, as we go through this transition, some societies will be faster to adopt it. Japanese societies dealt with an aging population. Go there. Go and see what's going on. How are they dealing with this? Japanese kids are dating AIs. They've been doing that for a decade and a half now. And these are very basic AIs. These are machine learning kind of thing. Well, wait till you put proper AI. What is going to happen? I don't know. But, sitting at home, you're never going to see it. What you have to do is just go and meet people and figure it out. BBC show called Humans. And it was like, imagine if the Tesla robots were advanced enough that they were what we would have presumed was AI, not AGI. So they were working in your house, looked like the Tesla robots. But then they had started to gain cognizance of the world around them and proper intelligence. But they had to hide it because humans would start persecuting them if they found out. But they end up mating with humans too. And the show is brilliant because it takes you through all of these questions. And it looks at it from every side. And it's the understanding, the racism and how we want to go out and kill the robots, and then how the robots are more powerful than us and how fearful we will be. And it all is in that. It's like, oh my God, this is so clever. So I keep referring to that. It's definitely worth watching. Humans. It used to be on Netflix. Who wrote the book Scary Smart kind of said the same thing. It's like, we are training a child. Yeah. People are interested in this. As I said, I have a research service called The Exponentialist. Go to realvision.com/future. It is really fascinating because this is all we talk about. There is a portfolio of stocks to invest in, all that stuff. But is this conversation, I think it's the most important conversation on earth. And people aren't really having it properly yet. Some technologists are, but most people aren't really understanding what the hell this really means. And it's of an order of magnitude bigger than anything humanity's ever dealt with. Well, it's going to be for a bit until we change the power construct of the global institutions, the rules-based global order system, how it operates, and the infrastructure that we use. We're just not ready for a technology age. We've taken it as far as it can, but we're just not ready, and we're going to have to learn a different way. And that's going to require younger people. I think you have the rights to move from state to state, but in the same way that we do anyway. I don't know how we deal with the regulation of technology. I don't know. Does some brave nation just say, fuck it, we're just going to ask the AGI to write our laws? The answer is I don't know, but somebody needs to make bigger, broader decisions about where the world is going. And I think that we will see better decision making from Singapore, the Middle East, and places with benign dictators versus democratic governments with aging populations. What is their job? To keep that large old population happy. What is not their job? To appease the young people who want change. Taiwan has no rights to be the global center of semicomputer. Somebody took profound risks and with stupid ambition, right? Ludicrous ambition. Yep. We're a small island in the middle of the South China Sea, and we have no real advantages, and we're going to turn this into the world center of compute. Amazing.